I hope it's on. I'm going to ask that just we all observe a moment of silence and silent prayer for the 8 people who lost their lives yesterday at the stadium. Yesterday, and who've passed on. I went to the hospital this morning to see those who were injured. There's approximately 7 that were injured, and we spent some time. Last night I was on my way to the hospital, and I was told, please do not come to the hospital, because there may be many people, and particularly media, who might come with you. And the focus was allow us to try and focus on the people who are injured, as well as to make sure that we deal with those who need urgent attention. And that's why the instruction was we will indicate to you when to come and see those who are in hospital and those who are injured. So I just want to indicate that there's of course there are legal agreements between CAF, the LOC, as well as legal agreements involving the government of Cameroon. What I'm clear in my mind, what I'm absolutely clear about is spectators come to a football match to enjoy the football. Whatever legal obligations or legal commitments there may be, in my mind, are of secondary importance, all of us. I know that legally the LOC is responsible for the safety and the security, but we are their partners. And we have to make sure that the safety, and of course we've been focusing more on COVID-19 and the health of every single spectator is our primary concern. So there is zero tolerance, absolutely zero tolerance on circumstances which could result in people being injured at the stadium or people losing their lives. We have to take emergency and urgent steps now. So I have called a meeting tomorrow of the AFCON organizing committee, and I've also sought the guidance and advice of my vice presidents, whom I want to thank for being here with me. And the starting point is very clear. I need, and CAF needs, a report on what happened, what should have happened, the circumstances that led to people being injured, including those who lost their lives, urgent emergency steps and measures to make sure that that doesn't happen again. We are all partners. And you know, whenever in my discussions with the CAF people, and I think they legitimately tell me about what the agreements provide, the responsibilities, the LOC, the responsibilities, the government, we are partners. And when people get injured and people lose their lives, the last thing I'm interested in is to find out who, you know, it's somebody else's responsibility, it's not mine. We have to take collective responsibility. And whatever the legalities may be, we will deal with later. So that's why there is no tolerance, zero tolerance on the circumstances. And I went to Olembé Stadium to see exactly where it happened. And I've been given lots of feedback and had lots of discussions until very early this morning. And the first thing that I'm going to ask the organizing committee is, the next match that's supposed to take place at Olembé should not take place. And I spoke to the senior person in government, and it's correct, out of respect, they are our partners, to indicate that there must be an immediate, a committee that's set up to immediately investigate what happened. And in that context, to find out who was supposed to do what and who did not do and perform their responsibilities. We want that report by Friday. But as I said, the game that is scheduled for Olembé Stadium on Sunday is not going to take place. And as I said, out of respect to our partners and government, it's going to take place at Amadou Ahidjo. So it's going to take place at Amadou Ahidjo, and which is here in Yaoundé. And there will be other changes that will be made, but I need to overemphasize. We have inherited the agreements as they stand, because these agreements were concluded quite some time ago. And of course, as I said, whenever something happens, the first thing people do is, I'm not responsible. I'm not the one to blame. It's somebody else. And my starting point is, CAF is a partner. We are as responsible as the LOC, as well as the government. It's our duty. And we will discuss with them in terms of what should have happened, and to make sure that there is immediate institution. And we all have to be satisfied. I absolutely have to be satisfied that what happened will never happen again. Absolutely never happen again. And the disciplinary committee is going to sit and get the report from the match commission and everybody, because they have to get hold of that. But as I said, in the interim, the game that is supposed, the match that's supposed to take place, will not take place until there's an absolute thorough report of the circumstances that gave rise to people being injured and losing their lives, and an absolute guarantee that corrective measures have been taken, will be in place, to make sure that the remaining matches are played in an environment of primary focus on safety and health, and that we will never, ever, whilst this competition is continuing, have circumstances that will result in people being injured. So I'll be hosting a meeting tomorrow of the organizing committee, and what I've said to you will be discussed there, but I've already been sending notices to the members of the AFCON Cameroon Organizing Committee to agree to my suggestion. And as I've said, I've spoken to the government, and they are supportive. And I must say that that there is a huge amount of commitment, a huge amount of recognition that that there's a need for urgent intervention. And I would not want to speculate. I should not speculate until the hearing or the committee that is getting all the facts and the report of the coordinator, executive coordinator, general coordinator, and the report of the match commissioner and everybody in terms of what happened has been submitted. So very, very good questions. You see, my main risk was COVID-19. My main risk was Omicron. Those are my main risks. And then the other risks are the sort of fundamental steps that you have to take, even if there's no Omicron or even if there's no COVID-19. The safety, security of spectators has to be the fundamental primary concern and obligation. Now let me tell you something else. And I don't want to breach any confidence. I have no doubt that there's a huge amount of commitment And I've seen that, and I've been exposed to that, and that's why I felt confident and continue to feel confident that the people of Cameroon, the government of Cameroon, is absolutely 100% committed. I've seen that, and I continue to see that, and I've got no doubt I'll get that total cooperation until the end. I have a fundamental duty as the president of CAF to make sure that the circumstances, the infrastructure, the facilities at the stadium are in line with safety worldwide. And as I said, we should stop saying that stadiums in Africa will be at a level in terms of global standards, will be at a lower level. We will always aim to make sure that in its totality, whether it's the pitch, whether it's the safety, whether it's the security, that we're in line with what happens in Europe and worldwide. And one of my advisors was saying that, you know, even in the best stadiums there are accidents and problems do happen, but we have to make sure that at all times the infrastructure and the resources are world class. Was it a risk coming here? I'm involved in so many ventures worldwide, and my duty is always to not just to take responsible steps, but also, because I'm more inclined to be conservative, to be as conservative as possible and put measures in place that minimizes the loss of life.